it is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage the Prime Minister.
Thank you, Siobhan, and not just for that introduction, but for all of your leadership over 4 years now. It's really good to have been working with you. I know how valuable this Chamber network is to UK PLC, representing us around the world, building your own communities brick by brick, creating the jobs, the wealth, the tax receipts that means that we have the opportunity to change our country for the better. And I want to begin by thanking you for all of that. Because, look, I fully acknowledge, and I do acknowledge here, that this year, as we've had to fix the foundations of our country, deal with the unprecedented mess that we inherited, we've asked a lot of you. I understand that, and I want to acknowledge that. It has made a huge difference. Because of it, the money's gone into the NHS and waiting lists are coming down. We've put investment into the skills of our young people, the new homes, new roads, new infrastructure that we're building. They are all vital for the long-term growth of our country. But none of that would have been possible without your contribution. And I say thank you. It's what I mean by partnership. It's what I spoke about, Siobhan, 2 years ago when I last came here. Because for me, this is not just dialogue. It's a partnership of us all, the British nation, facing down the challenges of a volatile world together. And it's a more volatile world than I think many of us have seen in many years. And frankly, the more I see the way this world is changing, the more I see the future that we must build. And the more convinced I am about the need for this unity, a sense between us of shared national purpose. And that is, I believe, how we can rise again together. And mark my words, we will. Take the spending review. This is a clear shift in the nature of this government, beyond fixing those inherited problems and now investing in the future of our country. We've, as it were, wiped the slate clean, we've stabilised the economy, and now we can go on to the next phase of government, building on that foundation, building a fairer Britain, change and renewal that you can feel. And that means, of course, that we have to back you to the hilt, because your members are the engines of growth in every community across the United Kingdom. And that's the responsibility of partnership. And we want to be the best state partner for enterprise anywhere in the world, and to give you the best possible conditions to succeed. And I am optimistic about this. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that the trading environment is not easy. The challenges that you face are front and centre of my mind. When I'm sitting across the negotiating table with the EU, with the US, with India, whoever it is, trust me, I'm fighting for you. And politics is about who do you have in your mind's eye. But together, I do believe we've got to stop doing that British understatement thing. And we do it all the time, including me. Because believe you me, this is a great moment to get on the phone to the world and say, take another look at Britain. I was speaking to Jensen Huang the other week, CEO of NVIDIA, the largest semiconductor company in the world. And he was saying Britain is in a Goldilocks situation on AI, ready to take off, a really good place to be investing. You can see it with Amazon this week. A massive £40 billion investment in our country, one of the biggest investments that's ever gone in. Thousands of jobs created in Hull, in the East Midlands, in Northampton. which means that since July of last year, we've attracted over £120 billion into our economy. Now, you will all get this and understand this straight away, but these are companies that can invest anywhere in the world. They don't have to invest here, but they're choosing Britain. And that's a sign of confidence in our plan for change, that we are a stable partner, that we are open for business, that we are putting our money in your customers' pockets. And real wages are up more in the first 10 months of this government than they were in the first 10 years of the Tory era. 380,000 jobs have been created, more demand for your goods and your services, more opportunities to boost your bottom line. Because, and this is crucial, as we fix those foundations, we also made choices that will make us a fairer, more prosperous country. For example, as Siobhan mentioned, 2 years ago at this conference, I set out that bold vision in relation to planning reform, then leader of the opposition, to remove the blockages in the system, to build the labs, the warehouses, the grid connections that all of your businesses need. And 2 years later, standing here, that vision is written into legislation, and we're pushing it through Parliament. And every day new spades are hitting the ground. Growth revised up because of it. A promise made to you 2 years ago, a promise delivered. It's the same with our industrial strategy announced earlier this week. For far too long, Britain ignored this. We didn't back businesses. We didn't invest in projects and technology that are critical to our future. Didn't have a plan that gave your businesses the certainty that you need. Well, now we have that plan, and it's been drawn up in partnership, and it is, quote, a significant step forward for our economy. That's not my words, they're Siobhan's words. And as she says, and this to me was the most important part in Siobhan's response on your behalf, that what you shared with us, what you fed in, has been, quote, heard and reflected in our strategy. Your fingerprints are on that strategy. It came out of the discussions that I and others have had with many people in this room. It wasn't plucked out of the sky by a government. It was reflecting back what you had told us needed to change. And that is what I mean by partnership, where both partners do different things, bring different things to the table. It's a statement shared by other leaders. What Siobhan said wasn't just what Siobhan thought, what you thought. It was the sentiments of the CBI, of Enterprise Nation, the Federation of Small Businesses, Make UK, Small Business Britain, and the Startup Coalition, backing British business with significant investment in R&D, new technical colleges across the country, electricity bills slashed for more than 7,000 businesses. That'll make a massive difference. So many people in this room and elsewhere have said to me, it's the energy costs here, they're not competitive across Europe, we have to find a way to bring them down. That's what we've been able to do to boost our competitiveness.